Hey guys, and welcome back. This is LuminousStress, where we're always stressed out. Today was definitely a red zone day, hard day at work, and it's my job to update the server. And wouldn't you know it, everything went good, and then I broke my client side. So, yep, more time than I care to admit working on that. But hey, we're back online and working, so let's get going. Today we've got a lot that I want to do, starting with, have you ever built something that you thought, maybe I could have done a better job? Yeah, this has got to go. So I built this a couple episodes ago, meant to be stables, and I just don't like it. I'm kind of actually a little embarrassed about it. So we're going to tear this down, and I have an idea for a blacksmith shop. So we're going to build that instead in its replace, and we'll build new stables later in a different location. But this has got to go. And before all of that, we did meet up with ExplorerRedburn earlier, and we built a bridge off in that distance on a repeated area that I consistently take some horses over. So we'll go check that out, and then we'll get started in today's episode because we've got a lot to do. Oh, I should mention with the update to 1.21 or 1.21, we removed the world borders, or rather you can't remove them per se. So they were set at 1,000 and now they're set at 30 million. So they might as well be removed because I don't know about you, but I am not running out that far. So as you can see, I met up with ExplorerRedburn and we got started on this bridge. There's nothing fancy about it. It's a really simple design. If anything, it's not enough of an arch, and we could probably have done a slightly different design that would have made it look a little more symmetrical as it crossed the water. But we were building a bridge that was going to be functional, that looked good at the same time, because it probably will be here for a while, maybe not forever. As you can see, we used a couple different items. We used the deep slate tiles, and then we used a lot of dark oak and spruce for the wood elements. And it turned out pretty good in the end. When you get down to the railings, we, of course, used hanging signs for that. Neat trick that we've seen some other folks do. And it really does make a nice railing look, even though they are signs. So, yeah, not the most complicated build in the world, but it gets the job done. The problem we were having is consistently crossing this body of water here, this river that runs through here. And it's steep down one side and then steep back up the other. So the best way to do it was actually with a horse that can jump multiple layers at one time. But even still, it was a little precarious. So this solves that problem, and it looks pretty good at the same time. So as you can see, we've got the stables empty. The horses are now down there in a temporary pen. We can start taking this the stables down. Okay, now what we're going to build in this space is a blacksmith's working shop. I thought about putting it where the pigs were, but I think I might still put it where the pigs are. I'm gonna have to think about that for a minute. Okay, so clearly I decided not to put it where the pigs are, but that's okay. We've got lots of space here. It'll have the hog pen to the one side. I think later on we can move that wheat and put the stables back over there. So this gives us lots of space to work with. and that would stand the test of time on the server. So, yep, a little bit more time than I wanted to, but I think the end result speaks for itself. Okay, welcome back. It's tomorrow in real life, and we have a completed blacksmith station. I'm really happy with the way that this build turned out. I think it looks really good from every angle, which isn't always easy to do. But like I said, I'm really happy with the way this turned out. I'll give you a quick tour as we go inside. I've got a bunch of ore stashed down here. It's a blacksmith shop. You got to have some ores to work on, right? And then above it, we have just a little studio apartment, vaulted ceiling, little kitchenette back here, bedroom off to the side. Nothing to see there. On the couch here, we're looking at a blank wall. My intention is to put some maps or something on this wall, just to make it look like there's something to look at. Maybe not maps, because we might save that for photographer's station, but anyway, that's the blacksmith shop. I got some just little details using some stairs. Kind of looks like there's two beams holding up the roof. I did something similar down here just to make it look like beams across the main floor. So some little details like that. I mixed in some black terracotta to what was here before. Makes it look a little more muddy, I think. Maybe that's not the best look. I don't know, but you can tell me in the comments. I like the textured ground. I like that it's a little dirty. This is an Old West theme, so everything's not polished and complete. That's why I went with a cobblestone for the chimney here. I think it's more likely than using a bunch of brick at the time. And again, every angle, I like the way this looks. I doubled up all the windows. So all these windows are panes and they're too thick, and it gives that nice checkerboard pattern in there. Instead of just the 6 squares, it's almost like we have 24 little squares in there. I like the way that looks. I did the same thing on the back side here. Again, this is looking into the main, or to the apartment upstairs. But yeah, just a complete all-around build. I'm really happy with the way this one turned out, and it looks a lot better. I think I already mentioned this, but it looks a lot better than those ugly stables we had. We will rebuild them, probably over here where the wheat is currently, but that is a future me problem. So let's move on to the next project. Here we are back on the dock. This is kind of the next project. I spend a lot of time in this lake, and you'll notice something. I can't stay down here very long without dying. And yet there's this really cool geo down here. There is, back in that other corner, another cave that I'd like to go explore, where I've noticed that glow squid are naturally spawning. And so what we need is a conduit. Now, to make a conduit, I need the heart of the sea and a bunch of nautilus shells. We have tons of nautilus shells. I've got 18 up there. And then from this week's loot, I've got another 8. This is this week's loot so far from fishing. Not bad if I do say so myself. Point is, we need a heart of the sea so that we can make a conduit. So we're just upgraded to 1.21 or 1.21, which means the world border of 1,000 blocks is down, and we can go further. How much further? Well, as far as we possibly want to go, because the new world border is at 30 million blocks, and I don't think I can go that far. So we're going to take a boat. I'm going to go grab some extra food out of our smoking storage system here, and we are going to go for a long, long walk. So maybe someday we'll go back and we'll finish that map out. In the meantime, I actually like the way that looks. It's kind of a little funky piece of art, and it'll be a good reminder to us on getting our luck of the sea, which we need to craft. So let's go get some of our shells here. And there's a conduit. And I believe we need that. Well, as the sun sets, it's fitting for me to, I realized my conduit won't really do me any good yet. I need prismarine to build the proper structure around it to activate it. So I've got a conduit. I'm happy about that. And we're going to hold on to it. We're going to save it, but we can't quite use it yet. We'll have to go do some more exploring and get some prismarine. I think I killed one. I died though. Darn it. I'm coming to you from under our lake that is right next to the house here, to the fishing shack. You can see it in the background there. And we're doing this without respiration and without any potions by having that conduit. So I know I spent a little bit of time getting this and setting it up with the prismarine, but there's a lot of things in this lake that we use and do. I have killed a lot of squid to get the ink sacs. There's also this geode down here that I've kind of been ignoring because it's difficult to get in and out of. Since I've got the conduit power now, I've completely flooded this geode, and we can get the crystals a lot easier this way. And we'll be able to build with those, do whatever we need. But also, off to the distance over here, not that far of a distance, there is this little hole, and it opens up into another caving system, which I have noticed spawns frequently, and of course there's none right now. But quite frequently it will spawn glow ink squid in this space right here. And we are rocking that conduit power effect, which means I can sit under here for a long time. We have the night vision that comes with that, so we can see really, really well. And of course, it doesn't take any of our bubbles away, so we can stay down here forever and not die, which is a blessing. So yeah, we've got more areas to explore now, more things that we can do, and we can do it safer. And as you guys know, I spend a lot of time fishing and killing things in this lake, and now I can do it, and I don't have to worry about coming up for air. Well, hey, thanks for watching today. This is LuminousStress signing off. We got a lot done today. The blacksmith shop, a bridge built, and of course, our conduit friend over there working in the background, allowing us to walk on the bottom of the lake without worrying about breathing. We'll see you next time. If you're liking the content, please like and subscribe. And until then, goodbye. I'm coming to you from the underdeep in the ocean, and I'm not dying. By having the conduit effect power... Conduit power, I can't even speak. Wow. Let's just delete that.